Okay. But looks like it's working. Alright. So yeah, this is gonna be kind of interesting because I haven't done, well, the campaign online. And again, this is my second campaign, so this is pretty much kind of a learning experience for everyone, since I think I'm the one who's actually ever played Pathfinder. But I've only played it as, or I've only done it as a GM rather than a player. So I kind of wrote a little bit for you guys, but I probably should explain a little bit about the area. I assume most of you guys, I don't know if you guys read much of the player guide and kind of an idea of, you know, where we are. Yeah. Because from most part, you're gonna kind of learn about the area, but for the most part, let's see. Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine. A lot of it is mostly like giving you setting, anyways. But kind of just to give you an idea. Let's see. You're all in a city called Corvosa. It's essentially, it started about 300 years ago. It was sort of been a cursed land because no king has really inherited the crown to someone else. So that's why it's called the Cursed Throne. Or that's why there's something called the Curse of the Crimson Throne. So right now, the king of the land is King Arid Arabasti II, and so he wants to have a son, or so he can pass off the throne. But his last wife died, and he tried to find a new bride. So there's this person who came from another land called Iliosa, and she wants to be a queen. She wants to be royalty. And so she comes over and she essentially woos him, and there was a very short time that they were actually together before they got married, and she ended up being the queen. Not a lot of people are a fan of her because people can kind of tell that she is not there just because she loves the man. She's there mostly for the crown and for the glory. But that mostly does not concern you guys. You guys each have your own little personal issues that you are all trying to seek answers to. So essentially, I'm going to go down what I have for you guys, each storyline wise. So we have, let's see, I'm not going to go too much into your background. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to do that with each other a little bit later. So it might not make sense right now, what I'm going to say for each person. But so I'm going to start off with, and if I mispronounce the way your character is said, please feel free to correct me. So first we're going to go with Galgal. Cool. Alright. So, Galgal, after escaping from Gaijin Lam, she hides and takes rest to ensure that she returns back to her full strength. When she escaped, she was full of, bruises and scrapes, and just barely got out, with her wits intact. So she wants to return back to her full strength before taking out the Gadats, which is Hobgoblin for people with no honor. Galgal has been going around the streets trying to figure out more information about Gaijin Lam and his influence, and where his current whereabouts. After Galgut escaped from his grasp, he actually moved his hideout. So Galgut has been going around, and she intercepts one of his drug trades. And while taking out one of his drug dealers and a couple of his peddlers, she finds a card in in their shirt pockets. It is, let's see if this will show up correctly, the Forge card. It's a tarot card, and it represents strength through diversity and strength that is derived from a single trial in life. Let's see if I can find it, get this to work. On the back side, let's see if did that show up to you guys? Did you guys get a picture?
I did not.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
Alright, I'll just read it then. On the back of the tarot card it says, I know what Gadrin has done to you. He has wronged me as well, and I know where he dwells, yet I cannot strike at him. Come to my house at 3 Lancet Street at sunset. Others like you will be there, and Gadrin must face his fate. Justice must be done. So with this information, Goggle heads toward this location. Which leads us to our next story. It's like it just pans out. It's like
slow pan.
Yes. Just walking down the street.
Next scene, montage.
Exactly. So now we go to Aiden. So Aiden was a crafty fellow. He did not let any of the Corvosa guards scare him, as he had a purpose, and he would not let the authority get in the way of the vengeance that he had for Gydron land. Aiden was so bold that he even disguised himself as a guard and went into their halls, just so he can go through the evidence of a local burglary that that they have just investigated. The children who orchestrated this burglary used certain flasks that would cause either vanishing acts or put people to sleep, and one of them actually dropped the flask. This flask is actually in the local guard's keep, which Aiden has infiltrated. Inside the flask, Aiden finds a card. It is another tarot card called the Juggler. On the back is the same. Wow, excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. So, on the back is the same message that Goggle found, but the Juggler card is something different. It represents destiny, deities, and those who play with the fates of others. Finding this information, Aiden leaves the guard's keep and heads toward this location.
Got it.
Elnon is a priest of Serenade. Elnon is right now living in the local temple. Elnon likes to share stories with the younger practitioners and hope that he's going to hear a little information about his friend Albreth's missing son. One day during morning prayer, Elnon's meditating in his room, and he has this ceremonial brazier standing in front of him. Usually, the brazier is full of scented flowers and is put alit, but today that is not the case. Elnon actually starts reciting a prayer, and then a slight breeze enters the room, and right after Elnon closes his eyes, a card slips through his window and lands into the brazier. The sun peers down into this brazier and lights up the card as he opens his eyes and sees that it's there. The card that he gets is the Midwife. The Midwife represents an enabler or a conduit of new creation, information, and arrivals. On the back of the card is the same information that's been provided to the others. Meet me at 3 Lancet Street at sunset. With this information, he gets up, thanks his God, raises things, and heads out the door. Lastly, Bushi? Okay. Having marked by Gaijin Lamb's man as a problem child, you've been hunted down for quite some time. They do not believe that you are to be trusted with your weird tongue, and they think that your ramblings makes you a little imaginable to trust. They think that you're a problem. They need to get rid of you before you share any information with the authorities. Unfortunately, one day, they are actually able to catch you, and they rough you up pretty good. Though luckily, you were skilled enough that you were able to fight them off, just barely. You've been resting in a hospital bed for several days, but they're ready to discharge you. As the nurse leaves you to put your belongings together, you realize that they added an item to your effects. There's another card with scribbling on it. You have the Wanderer card. The Wanderer card represents a centaur collector who appreciates things others discard as junk. With this information, you quickly put on your things and you run out the door. You come back, get your caterpillar, then you run back out. So, all of you, so it's arriving towards sunset. Let's see, everyone roll me an initiative. So like you can do what is it? It's like /roll d20 plus whatever your initiative is.
It's just D12 plus your dex mod for most of us, isn't it?
Is the initiative 12, not a 20?
Initiative is 20.
It's a 20.
I think I'm remembering Battletech.
I think initiative is...
It is a 20.
Let's just all take the same die. I rolled D4.
Actually, I have your initiatives. I think right here.
Well, I forgot about the centipede. That's gross.
Okay, let's see.
The fact that the centipede is significantly more responsive than you is significant in some way. I'm not sure what way, but in some way.
I won't talk about it.
So let's see. Because of the rolls, it seems Goggle is the one who arrives first. I need to figure out how to get this to show to you guys. Let's see. Did that show up now?
Yes.
Okay, that's how it works. Yeah! Learning while doing.
Stuff appeared mystically on my screen.
Alright, cool. So I will do this.
Ooh.
Alright, so yes, Goggle appears first. So essentially, you come about this small little house that is, on the street. You see that it's sunset, so there's not much sunlight out. You look inside, and it's kind of dark inside, but there's candles lit all over the place. You enter the room, and slowly and surely, the rest of the other adventurers of the group, join. The cozy chamber within the small home is filled with a fragrant haze of flowers and strong spice. The haze comes from several sticks of incense that smoldering in wall-mounted burners that look like butterfly-winged elves. The smoke itself seems to soften edges and gives the room a dreamlike feel. The walls are draped with brocaded tapestries, one showing a black-skulled beast juggling man's hearts, another one showing a pair of angels dancing atop a snow-blasted mountain. A third tapestry on the far wall depicts a tall hooded figure shrouded in mist, a flaming sword held by its skeletal hand. Several brightly colored rugs cover the floor, but the room's only furnishings is a wooden table covered by a bright red throw cloth and several elegant tall back chairs. A basket covered by blue cloth sits under the table. And you see this note. Bam. Thank you for coming. I had to stop out for a bit, but I shall return shortly. Please have a seat while you wait. The basket on the table contains bread and drink for you. So during this time, I'm going to give you guys a little chance to talk to each other, kind of give an idea of introduce yourselves to each other officially. So go ahead.
Well, if I roll first, I guess I can introduce myself first. Or if I roll first, nobody else would be here, and I'd be talking to myself. So I enter the room cautiously. I see the note, I take a seat, and I don't eat. I wait for everybody else to arrive.
Second person to arrive would be Josh, who I believe is British.
Well, I got an 8, but
Hey, did you? Oh yeah, 14.
Scoping it out. The centipede got the 14.
Oh.
The bed did.
Oh yeah.
So he can take a look and, tell me what it smells like.
If he gets to the bread first, fuck this shit.
No. He only eats evil bread. Yeah, no, I can have me like, the centipede would come and sneak in and take a look, like, crawl along the rafters and whatnot. It's kind of 21 stealth.
I'm gonna not even try and perceive that happening. Not even gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't even want to know it's there. The beast under the bed is gonna take a look for me and just, see, like, is this obviously a trap? Is, maybe one of the guys I recognize from the lab somewhere around? So do you care for me to roll on that, or you just room for flavor?
Are you saying that, do you recognize anybody that's from the labs?
Well, yeah, I guess, the beast under the bed who arrives next, my centipede, is going to scope the place out before I go in, right? Cautiously check, if there's a guy behind the door with a crossbow hanging out or something like that. I doubt it, but...
you can roll, perception if you want. Cause your guy has his own stats and everything.
Is anybody else not getting sound from Chris?
Wait, really?
I'm not hearing Chris. Chris, are you alive?
Hello? Test? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Alright.
Alright, never mind. Are we good?
Yeah, you guys hear me right?
Google decided to mute itself.
Okay.
Good enough.
So your caterpillar doesn't really sense anything from the area. There's nothing too dangerous. I assume, because let's see, by the time your caterpillar gets there, all he notices is this hobgoblin that's sitting in a chair.
I speak goblin. That's good to know. Okay, well, brush it up. Hello. Yep, okay, there we go. That's better.
What the actual hell?
I mean, so I'm basically a halfling hobo who looks astonishingly like Ronnie James Dio and who talks to a magical centipede. And I happen to speak Hobgoblin, so I'd come in and greet you. And, oh, hello, how you doing there? Lovely smells like lavender, and really good, nice, very calm, very calm. And take a seat. I'll eat some bread.
You are the furriest goblin I have ever seen.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. No disrespect intended. Halfling, but I know much of you're wonderful people. Lovely. My best friends are goblin.
I've never seen such a thing, but I've heard I've tried using them quite remarkably. Little hands, great for reaching into traps, and disposable too.
I hear that.
It's my honor.
I hear that of some of the ones who live out in the woods. I grew up here in the city, down by the docks, actually. Not my specialty, traps. No. More spirits.
Spirits are something we love enough.
I see that about you. Obviously BSing, but it does a good act. Eyes all crooked, cockeyed.
So while you two are trying to just, relate to each other, this gnome enters the room.
Yes.
Another goblin.
Okay, I don't know how in character you guys want to go with this, but
I'm not very good at this.
okay, well, I will pony up to the table, which is probably almost as tall as I am, so I'm looking cautiously at your midriffs. With a small medallion in hand and nothing else to my name other than a backpack and a bedroll, I just park myself at the table. I'm a little disconcerted by the goblin situation here, and once I've read a note, I will turn to face you guys and introduce myself as Evan Non and ask how the weather is up there.
Pleasure to meet you. I toss off some little maybe share much wisdom together or something in Gnomish, which I'm fluent into. This is my friend. What's your name? Pointing at my hobgoblin compatriot.
My name is Gargoyle.
Gaul,
And you may call me Gargoyle.
Gaul. And I'm Bushi. You can call me Boo if you like.
Bushi Dar. Unless you know Goblin, you know what I'm treating you.
And you honor me with this title, and I'm grateful for it. Come, sit. There's bread, water. No, just wait for a minute.
Thank you for the pleasant introduction. I hope that Serenray blesses us all, and that our meeting is fortuitous.
I'm not familiar with your gods. Who is this Serenray?
Serenray the Everlight. She is the mistress of healing, shining down upon us from the sun.
Interesting. Healing from the sun. You are a strange little goblin.
You are a strange bigger goblin.
Yes.
So one thing I wanted to I forgot to mention was that on the journal tab, there's a handout called Goblin Stuff, or Hobgoblin Stuff, which has, like, a little bit more information about hobgoblins and sort of, you know, words he might throw at you because of dialect. So, just whenever you want to take a look at it, it's a lot of information. It's actually pretty good stuff.
I'll just go through. I'm a nerd.
So, you know, the three of you are at this table, you're eating, and then the door, you know, creaks open, and Aiden comes in.
Oh, that's my cue.
Our acting is so compelling.
Straight method.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna kind of stop and stare at the hobgoblin and then the centipede and just kind of shake my head. Oh. I walk to. I'll look at you guys without saying anything as I walk to the table and grab the note and read it. I'll set it down and turn to you guys. Well, I guess I know why you're here. Name's Aiden. Who are you guys?
Yushi of the docks.
I am Gulgul, and you are an elf.
Kind of.
You are either an elf or you're not an elf.
No, I'm kind of.
You speak in strange manners.
My dad was an elf, my mom was a human. I was born in the Marian Enclave. There's a little bit of both in me.
What a strange city this is. Furry goblins, half man, half elf. And I'm still not sure.
Well, nobody likes us as half elves, so you probably don't see many of us around.
Full of mysteries. Full of mysteries. That's cities. That's Corvosa, all right. Would you like some
My
bread?
friend is right.
I suppose I'll have a bite to eat.
Tastes good. Does it taste good? Is it decent bread? I've got good bread in my bag. I can break that out. So. Is it good bread?
I'm gonna look at the hobgoblin really suspiciously right about now. But I'll take the bread.
I'm staring right back at you. I'm completely perplexed by this concept of half elf, half human, and I'm kind of flabbergasted. So you can imagine a whatever you think a hobgoblin flabbergast mode. Like,
It's like,
That's a pretty awesome picture.
You can see the jawline on the floor.
so you guys have, you know, began eating and having some of the wine that's been provided to you. You see this silhouette of a person, you know, pass through the front mirror, just stops there, looks inside, just looks back toward the street, and then goes to the door and opens it. This person walks in with a very gracious smile on her face. She seems fairly relieved as after seeing the sight of you four. She is a little hesitant because you can tell that she hasn't seen some unique fellows such as yourselves. But nonetheless, you can see you can see that she seems like a giant weight has been lifted off her shoulders. She's I actually have a picture. Yay, pictures!
I'm just enjoying the concept of somebody being relieved to see the four of us.
Let's see if this works. Did that pop up on there?
It's kind of up in the corner there, yeah.
Oh, I can scroll up.
Tiny, but it's there.
I'm resizing it right now. Bam.
Whoa!
Haha.
I'm gonna close these notes.
So, Yeah, you can change your zoom. I think I have mine set to 100 right now. So, you see this attractive middle-aged Varisian. Varisians is what the people of the continent are called because it's the continent of Varisia. She has, long, dark hair, and you see that she sits down also at the table. She starts pulling out a deck of cards and starts playing with them, starts shuffling them, and all of a sudden the deck animates in its own right. Cards start flying out from the deck and they start flowing around her hands and around the table. You can tell that she is
Clapping. Excited.
she smiles at your way, knowing that you're enjoying this show. She says, "Thank you for coming, my friends, and for putting up for what is probably a very unconventional method of contacting me. I have reason to remain hidden, you see. A terrible man would like to see great harm done to me." Wow, that was awkward. Great harm done to me, and if he knew that I was reaching out for help, it would just not be good. This is a man that you all know, for he has done something terrible to each one of you. I speak, of course, of Gaidrin Lamb, a man whose cruelty and capacity to destroy the lives of those he touches are matched only by his gift of avoiding reprisal. You see, a year ago, his thieves stole this, my Haro deck, from me. It was important to me. It was a heirloom that was passed down through a dozen generations, and it was also my sole source of support. His pickpockets stole it from me, and my son Iran tracked them down. The thieves, they were in the employ of Gaidrin Lamb, and in reward for finding them, Gaidrin murdered my son. I sought help from the guard, but they just turned me away. Sorry, choking is bad. And so I asked around. I paid off bribes. I consulted my Haro deck for advice, and only recently was I rewarded. I found out where Gaidrin dwells. He can be found in an old fishery north of the West Pier 7. Or 17, sorry. I would have sent you the wrong place. That would have been awkward. There he trains his abducted children to be pickpockets and steal all sorts of treasures. And now I need your help. I cannot face this man on my own, and the guards move too slowly, as if if I were to go to them, Gaidrin would certainly know if they're coming well in advance. He's a very, very connected person. Even if they did arrest him, what guarantee would I have that he'd be punished? This criminal has evaded the law for decades, but you know of these frustrations as well as I do. For word on the street has it that Gaidrin has wronged each one of you. So there we are. It is time for him to pay. Will you help me? Will you?
He slew your son. Was it in an honorable duel?
It was not. My son went there on my honor, but he did not go there with the proper arms, and he was just slain right where he was.
Gaidrin wouldn't fight anyone in a fair fight. That's not his way. Seemingly uncharacteristically serious. What can you be more specific about what you want? Or should we take the implication?
I leave it in your hands on how you wish to provide justice. If something were to happen...
He has less honor than a child and should be dealt with accordingly.
She turns to you and with great seriousness and she says, "I agree."
The not-elf speaks.
I know exactly what she wants. She wants him dead. And I'll do it. I'll do it 1,000,000 times over, slowly. Make him feel every single second of it.
It is true you are not an elf. You enjoy this more than an elf would.
Well, rabid dogs get put down. No way around that.
So she turns to to Elnon and says, "Would you help me as well?"
Elnon nods his head. He says, I know all too well what Gadrin does with his captured youth. I took responsibility for a number of wayward orphans and children in the city when I arrived and tended to them. Their disappearance manifested around the same time that I learned of Gadrin as a member of the city's fallen elite, and decrepit and aged though he might be, I feel he's a threat to the good people of the city.
Excellent.
I'm gonna stop you and look at you incredulously for a second, as if I can't quite believe what I'm hearing. How many children has he taken?
I don't know how many, but I know one very specifically that was dear to me disappeared less than a year ago, and I have reason to believe, on guidance from Serenray, that is who took him.
They're not all kidnapped or stolen. Sometimes it's hard, and even poor guidance is better than none.
Our little daughter is a mother to many children, and to have one's child taken is without honor. No.
You're rich, darkness, others work. No respect for craft.
I thank you all greatly for taking upon yourselves to do this for such a woman who has fallen on hard times. I know that this is also something that you are doing for yourselves, but the fact that you've come out on my call and are willing to do this to help me avenge my son's death means greatly to me. So, all of a sudden, the cards that you each have, they fly out from wherever you guys have packed them, and then as she holds her deck in her hand, they all just place themselves back on top.
Sort of elven witchcraft.
Those who speak to spirits understand. Mm-hmm. And so,
do I know anything about hero decks?
You probably have seen them in action, but you don't really understand how they work.
Even made up lore from, like, Arcana studies or something. Rumors.
I'm not. I don't know enough about them to be able to commit to that, but I'm willing to help you with that. If you want to roll Arcana do you have Knowledge Arcana?
I have, Knowledge Arcana.
Go ahead and give me a roll, and we can kind of go from there and say whether how much you understand about Haro decks.
The cards.
So with the 14, you understand that they have some type of connection to the spiritual world. You're not really sure whether it falls in the line of pure magic or something like a greater connection. And so, let's see.
Hard not to pull in the thread of fate, being a devotee of Pharasma and all. So I'll bite. My dear grieving mother, if it's not too much trouble, so that we might know how to proceed, would you care to give this venture, give this mission a reading?
Oh yes, I was also willing to offer you guys.
Has religious or social, reasons to disagree.
I will draw a card for each one of them.
Our own, you want them to use it, Karen. There's strangely about them.
Finish.
So she throws her cards in the air, and they combine as one to be one shuffled deck. She is like, I do not need my hands to shuffle the deck. I will not kibble this. So she pulls out 4 cards, one for each of you. The first she pulls out is the Tyrant card. She says, there will be a force in your life, in all of your lives, that will, how should I put it? She takes a second to commune with the spirits. There will be a giant force in your life that will
Hocus pocus, blah blah blah.
change the way that you see the world. The second card she pulls out is the Fiend card, and she says, it is quite appropriate that you should draw this, for a lamb is quite the fiend, and hopefully this card is to represent what will happen to him in his future. The third card she pulls out is the Inquisitor card. The Inquisitor card is pretty much how I see you for. You are going out to give out the truth, to hopefully end the reign of a man who is manipulative and who murders and who pillages and who defiles every aspect of humanity in the city. And then lastly is the Forge card. The card that one of you had pulled when I invited you here. The Forge card, to me, the spirits are telling me that the Forge card is going to be you four it's very representative of you four. As a blacksmith would go in with the forge and mold this metal into a sword, you four shall be molded into something greater than you already are right now.
I'm gonna kind of step up behind her while she's talking and try to pick one of the cards off her and see if she notices.
Okay. I would say roll me sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand for me. Damn.
Are you sure you're not an elf?
How many cards? Which one of the 4 cards do you want to steal, and how many of them? I'll probably let you get away with. 24 is really high. Let's see. Let's see. I'll roll a perception, and we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, you kind of just. Let's see. So I'll let you steal 3 of the 4.
Okay. I don't think he's really paying attention, so it doesn't matter. He just wants to see what he can grab.
Okay. So let's see. So the way. Where is the card thing? Actually, I'll explain it for next adventure, I think. We'll just play it standard. So after she does this, she asks, is there anything else you would like to know? Or do you feel ready to go off and...
You said earlier that he would know we were coming. How do you know this?
Oh, he would know if I was coming. Because I would have to go to the guards, and the guards would surely leak the information to him, or one of his children would surely hear that they're going to raid his hideouts.
There is no honor in this town.
There is no. No, see, he likes to live in these houses that have been foreclosed or condemned. And because of the bureaucracy that it happens in this town, he's able to live there for several months to a year before it's actually sold or demolished. So he has his little children all over town, picking up what information he can on on things he can steal or people he can take advantage of.
It's despicable that a man would act through children. Then I looked to my gnomish and halfling friend. Don't worry, little brothers. I will not let him hurt you.
I'd like to turn to her and ask her why she thinks he's been able to evade justice for so long.
He is just a slippery man. Because of this network that he's created, because of the little children, he knows when they are coming. And he has been doing this for so long, he is well experienced at finding suitable spots and people to bribe. He is part of this town's black market, and so he knows who to talk to get the right information or to get the right tasks done.
You speak as though this is an insurmountable task. What gives you confidence that we will have better luck?
You have what many of the guards here don't. You have reason to go
A
after
big
him.
spear.
Yes, that is also helpful. Although I think those call a polearm, but you know, I don't understand how you hobgoblins look at things. It's a pointy stick.
I sat back down and I'm watching her with a very, very exaggerated posture of innocence. Tossing a pair of dice between my hands.
She's just shuffling cards in midair.
You say you know where he's staying now?
Yes, he lives currently on a dock that is by Wharf 17. So do you feel prepared to go off and look into this area?
Well, suppose I could just walk on down and see if they'll open the door for me. But maybe someone here has a better idea about how to get to land quickly.
So you guys want to transition to that area?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
As long as no one has any other questions.
Are we the first people she's asked?
You are...
If we're the 12th, I'm gonna second guess this.
roll me sense motive.
Hold that thought, I gotta find my mod. Oh shit, yeah.
Oh. With a 21, you were able to tell that she is being completely sincere. You ask her the question of, are we the first adventurers that you have asked? And she says yes. I've been very, very particular about the people that I selected because if they do not have the fire in them to handle such a task like this, because if you are not personally pained by someone like him, how do I know that you will have the wherewithal to actually get the job done?
Okay.
I'm a very poor person, and I cannot, throw coin at many an adventurer who would decide to just go over there, and then maybe, they would come here and strong arm me, when all I have is my cards. And this house. Don't look at my house. Okay. So to the fishing place. The fishing place. So one interesting thing.
Whoa.
Ooh.
about this is that the squares don't align really well, and I'm still trying to make it work a little bit better. But for the most part, it kind of works well. I would say more so than not, like use the squares that are on the actual map, like the picture, rather than the grid. But I'm gonna try and work with it so it's a little more straightened up next time. Actually, I need to add. I need to add your characters. I just realized I can do that. So as I add your characters on, I think they're in the journal. If you have, like, I would go find tokens that you can add and just use. Actually, let me see if the tokens are loaded up on my end or yours.
Somebody needs a new chair.
Yeah. I'm giving my wife's phone number, see if you can convince her for me.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So, if I start screwing around here, can you guys see? Yeah, okay, you totally can do that.
I don't know how to get rid of that.
I got it. Oh no, I can't move yours.
I think it's...
You have to use the select arrow, then just hit delete.
Yeah. So let's see, that's all your 4 characters.
Can I tell anything else more specific about where she's from?
Not too much. I mean, you can, if you have knowledge local, you can try that.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think anything else would apply.
So on the journal, you would click on your character, and then you would be able to hit edit, and then you would go to default token, and you could select the token.
I don't see that as an option.
Wait, really?
I see bio and info and attributes and abilities.
On the top right, you don't see edit by the X?
I have nothing by the X.
What the
Well, I mean, I have the edit button.
Oh, yeah, hit edit.
Right, but I don't have the option for a token in...
Oh, so you don't see like avatar beneath bio and info? And then...
I see avatar, but I don't have like choices.
Maybe... I'm gonna use yours real quick, and we're gonna see how this... Does that do what I want?
So that's one ugly hobgoblin.
Do you have a picture for your hobgoblin?
Does.
Did. Looks like he's about
Oh, you know what?
1,000 years old.
I think it's because...
Let's see here.
Select the token on the tabletop. So...
Just drag it in.
Yeah, so... Like, I guess drag it onto... the table, and then you can select it as your default picture. Like, where's my folder?
I don't appear to be able to drag onto the table.
1 second.
That is an ugly ass frickin' goblin.
As opposed to those attractive ones.
Alright, let's see how this is gonna upload. I just grabbed one of my pictures from my other campaign and seen. Oh, got that.
Whoa.
That's cool.
So let's see if this how it works. Okay, yeah. Interesting. So I guess I have. It feels weird that I would have to add the token.
You might have to put them in, and then we might be able to move them around.
Do you have to like assign characters to
To players
or something?
I'm not sure. Let's see if this is. Do me a favor. If you want to use so you guys can't add images to the table at all?
Doesn't appear to be that way.
Alright, let's see if I can change.
I will look it up. I'm checking the wiki right now.
You can use the draw tools.
I am the purple squiggle.
Okay, I see. I think on your screen, Chris, you have to add an objects and tokens layer.
So essentially I have to add the tokens and then you guys can take ownership of them? Is that what you're
Yeah, like we can modify them, add status indicators, blah blah.
Alright, so we will just, I guess, let me find
That's what it looks like
templates,
anyways.
and then we can do, like if you find a token that you want to use, I will upload them and give you properties and stuff for them later. Let's see what I can find. So, let's see. Oh yeah, I see how it works. Alright, so I will just get temporary stuff for the time being.
There's definitely a little dude down there now.
Oh, look at the little dude.
So Dave, try and see if you can interact with that guy.
Yes.
Alright, cool. So I will just make some temporary stuff for the time being, and then you guys can kind of look around and find, you know, characters that you want to use as your tokens, and I'll just upload them later.
this thing supposed to be me?
Yeah, just for time being.
No, I'm just being sure.
Yeah.
We're bound by the grid.
I think that's intentional.
Oh,
Okay.
fragment. Okay, I'll try moving the map a bit so it's a little closer.
Easy.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there's definitely an incredibly gnarly bug that sits on my shoulder most of the
I figured for the times where he actually has to be out and doing stuff, we should have a token for him, so...
Yeah.
Are we streaming this, by the way?
I'm recording it, but I'm not streaming it, because I know that, I wanted to make sure things work first. But I'm definitely recording it.
It's way more fun to watch the streams when things don't work.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand that.
What the actual hell?
It's one of the urban familiars.
Not sleeping.
Yeah, you could have picked, like, a rabbit.
I think Caterpillar was a very unique and good choice. You know, you just... Let's see. Little rogue.
It helps me jinx.
Oh, got it, create two. Delete. Okay, now let me see if we
The lone searcher.
can get this map working well.
I can't see you, but it looks like you should be able to enable us to set nameplates, which might help.
Let's see. You guys should be able to set nameplates. Try. Let me see.
I can make myself a bomb.
Oh god, you're moving it. Dave, try making a nameplate.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Ooh, cool. I will have hit points too. Moonlight didn't seem to stick, but
God damn, I have entirely too many windows open.
Okay.
Maybe I can do it then. Because it worked for me. Our nameplates worked for me.
oh, there it is.
I don't even want to think about Kurisu's screen right now.
I've messed with this before. I tried to build a campaign on it, and it's neat, but yeah, there's a lot of these like setup bits that are a pain.
I mean, it's one of those like, I'm really glad I have two monitors. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh, what the shits.
Well, it's not like it's a neat job as a dungeon master when you're playing actual tabletop either.
Yeah.
It just takes some getting used to.
Yeah, at least you don't. None of this will fall under the table.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
No one can spill coffee on it.
Oh yeah, we've had that happen before. Let me see, I'm gonna try and
You
make this map a little bit.
don't have to spend the next week after a game chasing after the guy who took off one of your rule books.
I think that's the best I can get it to be right now. But So, let me see. Let me try to resize the map because some of the areas look really bad.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
I suggest we go for the Ghostbusters plan. 1, 2, 3, get her.
I like it. I'm bad at strategies.
It's weird that like some of the parts, like the top part of the map looks really good, and the bottom part just like goes to shit. Let's see. I mean, I probably will just have to just do them by hand next time. It would be fine if it didn't try to snap and fix itself. Because that's really what causes the problem. Yeah, if it didn't snap, I probably could fix this a lot better. Wonder what happens if Yeah, I guess we'll just have to use the actual grid, and then it probably won't be too bad. Worst case, yeah, I'll just have to actually draw stuff next week, or next game. Oh god, what did I do?
Now we're bound by a grid we can't see.
Oh, you can't see it anymore? There you go.
There it is.
Wait, actually, that technically would work. Because if we only see, like if we don't see the map, we would just have the grid. I don't know, let's see how that works. Token
Well, we could old school it, get rid of the map, and you could draw rooms on the grid.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next time, just because time right now. Okay. Let's see.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. Let's see. So, as you can tell, the door is, I think it's right there, yeah. So feel free to organize how you would like to be coming up on the road. Where is... all that information.
I'm back.
I wonder if I could actually get my pod. Oh god.
How sweet is this?
Is that what we're gonna be fighting?
That's on our side.
She's got a transform.
Level up.
Bushi should totally get Buggus on this language.
No, he
Oh my
can't.
God.
We can't actually speak to each other until like he's level 4, because then he gets an intelligence.
Wait, so you let him scout out for you and he doesn't have an intelligence?
You know how, like, you just nod, and you're like,
Let's just go with it.
It's complicated.
it's like, we're buddies, we know each other.
I mean, this sense of smell is amazing. Amazing.
I've smelled things in this town. I don't think I would want to smell them more.
Are you kidding? Knowing where every dog in a 3-block radius is, very helpful.
So let's see, you guys can enter through the front door, or you can go on the loading docks, or, where is this? Or the back alley.
Are there windows on the building?
There are windows. You can, if you want to take a look at them, you might have to climb up a bit.
What I was thinking is I could send the beast in through a window to take a look.
The windows.
But they might be pointed at them. But that's what I was asking.
Yeah, all the windows are closed. You can, if you want to take a look inside, you can do a climb roll and then roll a perception.
Okay. So this is so that's the climb roll.
Your perception's gonna be like 3 or something now.
I mean, it's a house centipede. That's kind of all they can really do.
Oh, he's gonna climb up and check the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh. It smells like a warehouse, I'm guessing.
The beast. You can see the beast kind of putting its head against the window.
Running.
Can't really detect anything.
Okay.
I mean, since you guys are in front of the door, I'm just gonna give you guys this information. Essentially, the front door reeks of brine and the stink of week-old fish. And there's these 2 old double doors that are just part of this broken-down building. You see a signpost that's drooping. It's literally hanging by just one metal chain. I mean, that's pretty much all you see from the front. You guys see that this place is pretty big, and so that you assume that there's various entryways inside. But that's about it.
Maybe the side door would be a little more, polite. But we don't need to make such a big deal.
Is the building... I was under the impression the building was supposed to be abandoned.
That is what the woman said.
An abandoned building is no one's building. Well,
You know that's not how the world works.
All I'm saying is if there's some drifters living in the abandoned building, we're not here to displace them.
No, I agree.
Open the door!
I'm gonna head for the side door and go knock.
And first adventure parties are like, I'm going to different directions.
Yeah, split up, guys.
Okay. If you want to go around the side, feel free. You guys can go through both entrances if you wish to be secure about this.
Yeah, I kind of trust this. I like the side. I like the side idea.
Yeah, so feel free to use your token so we know kind of, or like, hold your left click so you can tell what direction you're talking about. Because I mean, here you have technically 2 sides where you have, I think you meant the alleyway.
Is that supposed to be a cloak?
Oh.
So, are you guys trying to knock on this door? Well,
Is it?
Is the door locked? I'm gonna try and see if the door is locked by creatively turning the handle, if it has a handle, or pulling on the door.
oh, it has a handle. So,
Glass establishment, doors with handles.
are you just opening the door and just going in, or?
I'm just gonna open the door and go in.
Okay.
Just for sake of reference, I don't see where this wharf is on the map of the city, just so I know where we are, relatively speaking.
Wait, what? You don't see the...
Where in the city are we?
Oh!
I'm looking at the city map and trying to figure out where we are.
When it goes south, he wants to know where we can run to.
So, like, out of the full city, I think you're on the east side? I have to find a map. You're at the area that's called the Old Fishery, so it's on the, let me see if I can get this picture for you guys. One of my 500 tabs. Find an image that's not photo bucket. Actually, are you looking on the map from the player's guide?
Yeah.
Okay. I could get to that map. Alright, so you see where it says, let me see. Enlarging it. You see where it says Jagar River? Pretty much the main water source on the right. You're directly on the left of it in those little fishing areas.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Along Warehouse Way?
Yeah. So you see Warehouse Way, and then it goes
Like
up.
due east of the castle, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're in that area. Where was I? I guess you went into that door. So you enter, and pretty much all you see is a wooden desk that's in one corner of the room, and it's preventing this door from being opened because it's just kind of keeping it like that. The table is heaped with a couple of slate boards covered with chalk markings, while there's a cabinet that's slouched against the wall, and then there's some moldy boards that are also blocking this door. From what you can tell, this is a fisheries office. You can see like the slates on the table. The records on there are just transaction records, and you can censor some addresses here. Let me see if I can get this picture out.
That's a door to the north of me, correct?
Yes. And then you also have... let's see.
How many addresses are we talking about? How many addresses are we talking about? Like a ballpark number?
You just see them, they're just like going straight down the board, like there's just a lot of them. Let's see will this fit properly. Yeah, there we go. So behind the desk you see a man in, a blonde-haired man. He's wearing a really nice coat. Let's see if this will show. it's doing. Anyways, he sees you. Excuse me. He sees you enter the room, and he immediately just stands up. He's like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "You are not one of the little ones."
I respond calmly that I'm looking for Gordon. No.
Adrian?
Him. The bad guy.
Gator. Yes.
He tells you that no one can see the master. Surely not one of you. You seem too dubious to be here in the first place. Gordon. I would say go ahead and roll me initiatives. This dude's not happy with you guys. Bad turn. 17.
So cool, it keeps track of initiative for you.
And usually we just use an iPad for this, but this is pretty convenient.
Wait.
Oh, wait. I see you're the sixth. And then, let's see. Okay. Goggle, you may go.
Let it be known that I was polite.
Granted.
Move forward 1 square as a 5-foot step, and I am gonna strike him with my Gisarme. Do you want me to just roll and you tell me if I hit? Is that how you want me to do it? Okay.
Oh yeah, you hit.
+4.
Okay. He's still alive. Let me see how to. I have to do a. What is this? Alright, cool.
So I think that's everything I can do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to just make sure. I'm trying to set something up so I can make sure it works properly. You hit him for 8? Okay. Okay. I don't know. Evan.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to read my spell list.
Okay. I'm just, in case you're not used to hearing your character names,
Yeah, no, I'm just struggling with what my options are here. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna have the ability to do much of anything anyways. We can move through friendly characters.
Yes.
I think I can get to there. Oh, no, too far. I'm a small creature. I gotta back up. That's as far as I can move.
Okay. So it's his turn, and he is going to... This is... Yeah, that's alright. Actually, didn't have the spell written down. Should have brought my giant book of spells that I have. It's all alphabetical order.
He's casting a spell?
Yeah.
Does not provoke an attack of opportunity?
Oh, because you're freaking reach, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls out this wand. Actually, I have this. For him to use it, he has to shift. So he shifts over, pulls out a wand, and tries to hit you with it. Does... Yeah, it doesn't hit anything. So you see him try to splash you with acid, but he kind of just drops it at his feet, like right in front of his feet. He feels pretty embarrassed because you're right next to him. He's like, no. This is embarrassing for both of us. I swear this doesn't happen.
As I'm engaged in honorable combat, I do my best to remain composed.
So the beast's turn.
The beast is wiser than I am. So it's going to come around the back and keep an eye and watch for guards or anyone coming down the street.
Okay.
And I don't want it to get in there till step on it. So it's still on the building. I presume at a 22 climb roll that and being a centipede, it's comfortable sitting on the building. But so it's just watching our tail, letting us know if something's coming out the back or the front, as it may be. I don't want the dog up to it.
Okay. It's not your turn.
I'll shout. First thing I'll do, your papers. And then attempt to distract him. And then forgive me for a second. I should have memorized this beforehand, but the fortune ability, does that only work once per day, or is that once per combat?
Fortune?
On a given, I can do it every turn, but on a given character.
Is that your hex?
Yeah.
I think hexes can just be casted sort of at will.
Yeah, I just need to look up for this particular one.
Fortune.
Green creature from 30 feet that is enough for 1 round.
Once a creature is benefited, it cannot benefit from it again for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to check on. How badly wounded does this guy look? I mean, he just got hit with a poleaxe, so...
He's looking pretty bad. For all we know, that damage that was dealt to him was part of the reason why he was not able to use his magical item quite as efficiently.
Took a poleaxe to the side. That'll do it. Well, okay. I don't want to get in the way of you guys. So I will.
Well, even if you were to move like in here, Aiden could still like just pass through you and go into the spot. But yeah.
If I got here, kind of in the doorway, I guess
You'll be fine.
They can both get through me.
You can move through
He's
people.
like
So.
18 inches tall.
That is true. He would also just walk over you.
Well, okay, and then I will cast Fortune. I'll begin kind of mumbling under my breath and giving Aiden a weird eye, but I'll cast Fortune on him. You feel a rush of confidence, Aiden, and now you can. This round, you can re-roll any ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, and take them all as well. Get in there and help Gelgul out.
As if I'm not elf needed more confidence.
Alright, Aiden. Calamar?
Oh, I had my mic muted, sorry.
Oh.
I never got you my inventory, so I'm carrying a composite short bow and a short sword.
That's fine. You can just send it to me later. I trust you guys with your inventory, because I don't expect you guys to do anything ridiculous or like...
I told you that my poleaxe is +5 Oracle, right?
I have stakes.
Okay, so I should be able to get all the way in there.
Yeah.
Short sword. Swinging short sword, I have no base attack bonus.
Yeah, that's good.
How do you have no base attack bonus?
He's a not elf.
Stupid not elf.
Let's see. Because I don't think they get base attack bonuses until level 2. So yeah, you miss. Unfortunately.
Okay, I'll take the
Well,
bonus roll then from the fortune.
Guess where you still use your...
What was that?
Let me double check, 'cause I think you still should be adding your dex with the short sword.
No one sees weapons from us.
Oh,
No, so it should be
Maybe
strength.
strength. Which yeah, I guess you don't have a strength mod. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it was a miss.
Yep.
Well, you have you can make the...
Well, you can use the
Fortune
fortune stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Alright. Trying to
Wow.
Fortune be with you, my friend. But not today.
Destiny.
But not today.
And level of rerolling a 1 die block.
Oh.
Well,
You're like skull. Alright, reroll. Skull. Okay. So you have sadness as you try to swing your sword, and then with Galgul, it is your turn again.
Okay, if I were to do my 5-foot step to the northeast, could I still attack through Aiden, or can I not do that because he's in the way?
Do you have a reach weapon?
He has a reach weapon, yeah. I've actually never dealt with a reach weapon.
He probably gets partial cover, like he'll do it at a penalty.
Yeah, I think it is partial cover.
Would he do that if I moved directly to the east? Because I'd be attacking partially through Aiden's square.
I don't think he'd be considered in range, mathematically.
Yeah, I mean, I technically would still kind of go through his square.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see, dropping weapon is a free action, drawing another weapon is a
Should be a swift.
swift action.
It's a swift as long as you actually have it carried. If you have it like in your bag, then it's a standard to pull out.
Okay, I have a flail that is carried. I'm going to drop the Gasarme, draw the flail, and smack him with the flail. Which I will be wielding two-handed.
Oh god. Okay. Really? You crit?
Did
I
roll
guess.
again to confirm? Is that
Yeah.
correct? And that's at my base attack bonus again, correct?
Yeah, you're just pretty much rolling the same. Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, he didn't actually.
Oh, no, you didn't roll D20.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it show dice? What did I do wrong?
You didn't put a D in each one.
You did the first one right. That was a real nat 20, but not the second one.
Roll.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, you still hit. Alright, let's see what your crit will do. Because I'm using the cards. You used your flail, so bludgeoning. So with your oh god. So with your crit, you essentially do the bell ringer effect, which is normal damage, and then 1d2 int damage, and then they're sickened for 1d4 rounds.
You knocked him stupid.
Pretty much, you just brained him pretty hard. Go ahead and roll for damage.
1d8 plus 8 plus 4. Did I do it right that time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, okay.
So I'm not really going to worry about the other effects, just because, you know, you're swinging down your flail, and you hit him so hard that, you know, the flail just caves in on his skull. He just drops down into the floor. So yeah, you pretty much beat the crap out of him.
I asked him nicely.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention was that the way I do loot and stuff that is sold is gold is mostly shared by the party, so I normally just split it between the number of players because it's easier that way. What I'd like to do is one of the things I like to do is I'll randomly generate loot every week, as that's essentially like, you know, the store's special goods, like their special delivery goods. So you'll have options of like a certain amount of masterwork weapons, and then a certain amount of, you know, magical or special items that you can purchase as we keep going further and further. So let me figure out how much
Cool.
this guy's gonna actually drop.
Like playing.
Okay.
It does things.
So yeah, this guy.
Gonna pull it out on. Come inside. Just kind of murder someone. Close the door.
Alright, I sneak inside the door and gently ease it shut.
It was not murder. I asked him nicely. This is a negotiation.
We can debate the differences with the guards on another day.
Is one guy dead, or is he
Oh, he's dead.
unconscious?
No, he's pretty dead. Like that flail went right through his skull. It's a cantle though. It was like boom.
I'm gonna take a look at the papers on the desk. Like, what was this guy looking at?
So, roll me perception so I can kind of.
Okay.
So you can tell that these are different addresses for around the town, and then there's different names assigned to them. From what you can discern, they're being used to. He's assigning out different locations where the children that they employ, called lambs, are going to hit up. So they kind of have a schedule to them. Yeah, you can pick up your weapon. And what we're gonna do is, you guys can kind of. I'm gonna probably have it so that whoever kills the person will probably do a perception roll to see what items he actually drops.
Oh, we're screwed. Okay, Sash. Roll D20 plus not a damn thing.
Okay.
We didn't get shit.
So you see that on his character he has enough gold to spare about 5 per person. He also has the wand, but because your flail hit so hard, it kind of just also destroyed the wand.
Well, he's trying to block. What am I supposed to do?
That's pretty much it. You also find a
Would the wand be useful for magical components still? Could I get anything useful out of it?
That's a big familiar.
The wand itself doesn't use components. It just had charges to it.
You do tear inside or something. I'm just wondering if there's any.
And then you find a key that leads. It goes to another room, but you're not sure which one.
This is not the man we were looking for.
I didn't think so. That was too easy.
Roll me just any kind of knowledge check.
Who?
Bushi.
Can we roll untrained knowledge? I thought we just assumed 10.
I know something.
So since Bushi was actually part of the, Bushi recognizes the guy.
Organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know this guy?
This guy, his name is Yargen Balko. He's kind of like his right hand.
I know there's teeth anywhere.
Yeah. He's Gaijin's right hand man, essentially.
It's not him, but he was no better. I would have warned him had we let him live. This is Balko. Is
He's an accountant.
Luke. The accountant, he ran the numbers. We've done lasting damage. This is clearly someplace important. I think we're right, but no, it's not him yet. But You've killed one dishonorable dog, Galgul. Grant you that. Does he have...
Travel in packs.
I'm gonna, he would, if he's the right-hand man, he would have keys, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he had one set of keys, but you're not sure which room it actually leads to.
Okay. Okay.
That's a lot of those.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the desk. Or did we check the desk yet?
No.
I'm rifling for any signs of where Gadrin would be, something like that.
You don't really see anything that indicates where Gadrin is. You do find just a few candles, and that's about it.
Guess we can keep looking.
Do we need to mask our trail and hide this corpse?
How much collateral damage did the exploding head do? I mean, we're talking
I
like...
would say, so you know this bookshelf that's right here?
Yes.
Yeah, there's brain bits all over it.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't even know we were here. I want him to be scared.
Let's just kind of set him in his chair like he fell asleep.
With no head.
I'd say just slip him under the desk.
Yes, that is exactly how the area looks right now.
Pleasure to be of service.
Walking through it with not a bit of concern.
I'm thinking the backseat of the car from Pulp Fiction.
Yes, that is a very accurate description. So...
Well, I will assist Bushi in stuffing him under the table.
Okay.
Because he seems to think it's a good idea, and my furry goblin friend appears to be a smart individual.
I would say...
Just not that smart.
Galgul, roll me... survival.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, you have 4 in it. Okay. So you're able to, put him in a very neat formation underneath. If you rolled poorly, I was going to have you just botch the whole thing and just break bones, and he's like ragdolled underneath.
There we go. That just buys us a few minutes. And the desk is blocking this other door, right?
Yeah, it's blocking this door.
I think we have no choice but to go to the north.
I mean, you can move the desk if you want, but...
None of us are that big. How can one move a desk? It's immense.
One does not simply move a desk.
So whoever wants to take point or move, go for it.
I will, unless anyone else would prefer to, I will take a point.
Yeah, I'll stay behind you, but probably follow you through.
I'll call the beast in behind us, if that's alright.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I don't want that crap on top of me.
What time of day is it?
It is nighttime, essentially, because if you left the house when you went to the house at sunset, so it's still relatively nighttime.
Okay, I am going to open the door, and let's see, I will proceed a couple squares down the gangway, I guess.
Okay. So the floor here is. So you look downwards and you see the floor here is liquid seawater, bits of seaweed, some fish blood, and the air is thick with the accompanying aroma. Wooden catwalks, which you're standing on right now, to the north and south, allow access to the western part of the fishery, while the floor here is only about, the floor downstairs is probably only 5 feet above the water. You can kind of get a sense of the air, and you can, from the sounds of the water, you can tell it's relatively close. To the south, you see that there's a sloppy, muddy water, and then to the northwest, what is it? Northwest there is a vat, and it seems like it's waterproofed with tar. You're not really sure what's in it because it's covered. And then you have about a couple dozen hammocks that are actually under. You can kind of see underneath the catwalk here.
Is there anybody else in the room?
I came behind you. You mean
Any suspicious fellows? Roll me perception. And then roll me stealth.
I'm not the most perceptive. You want stealth?
Yeah. So all you see are the hammocks. You can't see if there's anyone in the hammocks or anyone underneath you.
I have to take an armor check penalty on that, right?
On the stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's like-
taking into effect here? No.
I forgot what armor you're wearing.
Breastplate. Okay, so +7 -4. See if that works.
How well lit is the entryway to this room?
The whole place is sort of lit up. There's just, normal lanterns and candles that are all around, just so that people can kind of see what's going on.
I didn't see nothing and everybody heard me.
It's empty!
I'm gonna kind of make a I'm gonna make a hushing gesture as I come through the door at the other two. They're already in there, and I'm gonna try to sneak my way in. Take a better look around.
1 second. So as you came in, and with an 8 of stealth,
Probably tripped.
you're just making sounds on this catwalk, and this catwalk itself isn't really super secured. You start hearing some sounds that are coming from beneath you. You're not able to notice what they were, but you start seeing. Yeah. Wow. He did not. Can you guys see that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh, there's a thing.
That's a really. I'm gonna try to find a different picture. Just. I like that better because it's easier to see. Well, actually, I might be able to do this. No.
Whoa.
He's blood red. Or I'll just delete this dude. So we use this guy, and then.
What the hell?
Elijah Wood?
Rebel Bar Club.
Oh. So as you guys are walking into this room, you hear a very grungy voice go like, "Who's out there?" And so you see this half-orc individual come out from a hammock. And then you see several little boys also appear. Where is the...
Is this a lean initiative situation?
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and start right on initiative. I am setting up their profiles real quick.
I used all my good dice on the last guy.
You pretty much tore him up.
Also, just point of clarification. How late are you planning on going tonight?
We'll probably... I think I could probably hit like 1 or 2 more rooms, unless anyone really has to go to bed soon.
I really can't stay up much longer.
That's fine.
Tomorrow.
Alright, so we can cut after this combat then. Jesus, with these rolls!
Since I'm last, I'm gonna run the bathroom real fast.
Oh, we're maintaining the same initiative from the last fight?
No, it just saves that way.
Oh, okay.
I assume the first one's you and the second one's the beast?
Yeah.
Somebody has a very small, low-flying helicopter.
How about that helicopter? So the K-pop band is on level lowest.
Pretty much.
And there's 5 who look at the same, one who's a bit different.
We have
So
a point.
Yeah, you pretty much have 5 children, and then you have a half-orc whose name has... Well, he's really embarrassing orc name, to be honest. And a really bad roll. Sending... Alright, the beast goes first.
Alright.
Everybody, I forgot what my dog said.
2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's gonna hang it's gonna hang back here.
Okay.
And can it delay?
If it was to delay, it would have to not also move until.
Right. Then I will. It will just delay.
Okay.
But I will walk out.
Who do you want it
Here.
to delay to?
Oh, okay. I have to pick a spot. It'll go. Oh gosh, there's a huge stream of those dudes. It'll go before Galgul.
Okay.
Okay. And then if anybody needs any medicine, Beast can take care of that. But I'll come out there, and I see these guys staring. Are these children?
Yep.
I'm not going to shoot at the children. But I'll pull out my crossbow and I'll fire around at the half-orcs.
Okay.
Pink.
Oh god. Yeah, you hit.
That was close, Hey!
Let me see.
There's Giggles.
So you hit him for 4? Okay. Alright, Aiden, go ahead.
Okay. If I step to here, I should have line of sight of the orc, right?
To where?
To the from here or to the half orc.
Wonder where are you moving to?
I would just try to sidestep to here.
You wouldn't, because you would be going across this wall.
Okay, so let's go.
I mean, even from here, you probably would still. You still have a little bit concealed, maybe, because. Oh no, because you can just hang over the edge. So.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I would also say that if you want, since he doesn't really see you, you can probably just, if you want to make an athletics roll and jump off and sneak attack that way, I would let that happen too.
I can do that on the same move because this right here is 6 spaces.
I'll probably just, yeah, we can do that, because you say would just jump off here and catapult.
Okay, what's the attack bonus for that? For a third one?
I'll give you +2 attack, but you have to actually get the acrobatics roll or whatever.
Get the what roll?
Your acrobatics. You have to pass the acrobatics checks first.
Okay. Just...
This will be either really awesome or really bad.
Oh dear.
This might hurt.
So you catapult yourself, and you try and jump on top of Giggles. Yeah, pretty much. And you thinking, being full of heroics, jump off, and you're just like swinging your sword in his general direction. You don't really do this stuff. You don't really have a sneak attack, but I'll let you still roll for damage. And then
Okay, and I still have to do a regular roll for attack.
yeah, and then they'll probably have you take like a D4 maybe, or falling. Yeah, so that'll hit. You take 1 damage for falling on it.
One damage.
Okay. So it's K-pop 5's turn. So he moves 1, 2. So he sees you on top of Giggles, and he is not quite pleased. He essentially tries to. He's basically like, get off him, and he crits. So let's see.
Here's your hair out.
All right. Well, that isn't confirmed, so that works.
Not your goal.
He does 3 damage to you. Almon?
Yeah, alright. I'm going to not jump off and get myself killed.
It could have worked out.
It could have. Can I do this shit at range?
What is
Yes, I
it?
totally can. I am going to attempt to cause fear on Giggles.
Okay.
I still went with my original instinct and just shot at him from above.
Works great.
So
Go for the heroics, the grand heroics.
I think I can just pull this off. Like, I just need verbal and somatic components. And Giggles has to make a DC 14 partial will save.
I think it happened. Yeah, he does the saves on his turn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he
Or does
doesn't.
it?
I believe he does it. Otherwise, he doesn't act.
Okay.
I mean, I can do it now, and it doesn't really matter. Because I think it's like, because fear. It does fear. Unless I'm confusing it with sleep. Where is it? Cause fear. Okay, yeah, I do it now, and then it depends on whether. Let's see where it says will. Okay. So I think he's feared for just 1 round instead of a 1d4 rounds.
Yeah, and he's not feared, he's, shaken, I think.
Or frightened.
It's like a lesser fear.
Okay. I don't think he'll make it that far, but we'll see.
I try.
Did you want to move?
Yes. No, because that's my forward on action.
Oh. Is it full round? It's a standard action.
Is it? Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna move. Can't go very far in this 1, 2. There we go. Where's the stairs?
You're the bottleneck now.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just walk over. Alright, K-pop 2's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh. I'm gonna assume that I don't threaten that square because I'm on the catwalk.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. These kids slap hard. Or well, rather. I assume 17 hits. Oh, okay. 17 hit your AC, Kevin?
Where am I at for AC here? Sorry, what did you say it was?
17?
Yeah, it's gonna... Oh god, yeah.
It does 1 damage! He's a little kid, he's not in hit hard.
Well, I'll get mine.
K-pop 4's turn. He's just gonna move there. That'll be total defense. Let's see. For his move, he's gonna get up. I think that probably would make the most sense. And Giggles is going to try and hit Aiden. I guess we'd have to. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah, he misses. Well. So Giggles just looks like a fool, because he's still out of it from his, this half thing landing on his head. Which is ironic because he's a half orc, so he's kind of just being mean to himself. It is now the beast's turn.
Yeah, well, it's gonna come out, it can move 8 squares, 40 feet. Fast. Have you seen this, dude? They book it! They book it! Yeah, no, it's gonna, come to the edge of the stairs here. It can't drop down yet, but it'll stay in yeah, I guess just a move over there.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah. It only has touch attacks, and it has
that's right,
3
yeah.
ones, and will die from falling. So.
Well, it is kind of good enough. Alright, Goggle, it's your turn.
Do we go for the attempt to keep the Night Elf alive, or
The what? I'm sorry, the what?
do I try to keep the Night Elf alive, or assist striking down the children? I'm really torn here.
That's all anybody's gonna call me this campaign is birthday.
I think you also get trip attacks with your weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can feel free to subdue them with, like, grapple and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna drop my weapon, draw a javelin, which I am carrying, and throw a javelin at the half-orc.
Okay. Because Aiden is in melee with him, you get a -4, because I don't think you have precise shot.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea.
Your friend is on top of the guy. It's children running all around.
I'm really confused.
That was my character saying that, not me, by the way.
None of my hobgoblin training prepared me to try and miss the elf or attack the children. There's There's no honor in any course of action. But for humor value, I'm gonna stick with throwing a gel. Okay, so +4, -4.
Yeah.
Pray to God you don't
Alright. So, you miss, but you don't miss. So you're trying to hit the half-orc, but you are just slightly off the aim. You kind of hit Aiden in the butt with the spear. Aiden takes 1 point of damage. Did you want to move, or did you want to stay there?
I'm gonna stand here in shame.
Okay.
I don't think I dropped
So-
one and drew another one.
K-pop.
Did the javelin just end up hitting air then?
Oh, I hit you in the butt for 1. So K-pop 3 wants to try and get this guy out of here. So he pulls. For his action to move, he's just gonna move out and pull him away. K-pop 1. Just gonna go here. Beast.
Why are you doing that?
Josh.
Beast's turn comes back to the top.
Yeah.
It doesn't reset. Oh, cool.
It reset at the top of the round. So.
Okay. Well, nobody's looking that hurt, so it's gonna delay till
Disregarded javelin and yell spot.
it's gonna delay to the
Just
same
flesh.
spot again.
Okay.
It's a scratch, and you look, maybe maybe.
Imagine.
Alright, Bruce, it's your turn.
Yeah, you're doing better than the guy in the last room. So
You still have your
yeah.
head.
Beast will delay. Bushi is gonna I'm gonna daze the one of the K-pop kids. K-pop 5 is the one who's like beating the crap out of Baby, right?
What's happening?
Yeah.
What?
Mind me, guys. Over here.
Use your words!
Okay.
So with a will save negates.
I'm getting some really good pictures of you.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Oh, it's okay. Do I have time to cue? Are you gonna be a little off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin.
Oh, good lord.
I got you.
Alright, sorry, what are you doing, Josh?
So I'm gonna daze K-pop 5, the kid who's like beating Aiden senseless.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shout shout, kids, we're not here for you.
Okay. Daze is automatic cast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, take some components, but automatic cast. There's a will save. But man, if I don't have more will than some teenage punk, I'll eat my hat.
I hope you didn't wear a
I
hat.
don't know. Teenagers can be
pretty willful.
What's the will save?
No, it's not
14?
Well,
Or what?
My job would be so much easier if I could throw javelins at their butts.
I felt like I just walked in the Iron Man. Alright, let's see. Yeah. He's like practicing his K-pop routine. He's like, I'm not being dazed.
just like, I don't even care about your cantrips, Dad.
Alright, Aiden.
I want to try to talk the kids down, but I don't know how effective diplomacy in the middle of combat's going to be, but it is kind of my character's specialty.
You can go for it.
We should have led with that.
Go ahead and run a diplomacy check. Which are you trying to talk? Which one are you trying to talk down? Or are you trying to talk them? Are you trying to talk them all down, or just certain ones?
I just want to get them to stop attacking us.
Okay. So yeah, roll me a diplomacy check, and then tell me what you would tell them. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a high number.
We're not here for you. We're here to save your lives.
So K-pop turns to you while he's, not dazed. He's like, yeah, just doing his boy band routines. And it's like, are you here to save us? Or are you you gonna kill us after you're done with him? Or maybe you're gonna take us to do your work for you.
We want to take you back to your parents.
Or just let you go. We're just here to stop Gadrin.
K3's like, well, I don't have parents. And now it's on.
Yeah.
With your diplomacy and your kind-heartedness, K3, 1, and 4 decide to put down their fists. K2 and K3 are still a little hesitant, so they still look like they're willing to fight because they don't really know if you can be trusted, and they're not sure if you're going to win this fight.
We do look a little cartoony.
Says the guy with the caterpillar.
Can I still try to run like hell?
Bugs are cool.
You can run, but Giggles will probably get a top attack opportunity unless you could technically shift this way, and you'll be fine.
Can he shift under the catwalk to the southwest?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Avoid that.
I mean, Giggles can still hit you from there because he's under the catwalk. I mean, he's on the first floor too. But
I don't have a very good climb bonus either, but to try to get up there since the stairs aren't on this side. That would be a climb check, right?
You trying to climb would also cause an opportunity attack because you're just keeping yourself open to him. You're right next to him. So, so let's see. K5 doesn't really want to attack you anymore because he thinks you're a good guy. So he's just gonna kind of move away. Oh god, we lost him.
Too shocking.
Too much K-pop.
Too much K-pop indeed.
Definitely K-pop, not javelin in the butt.
Is he still on? Yeah. Okay. Alanon, it's your turn. As a reminder,
Okay, there we go.
3 and 2 are still aggressive.
Okay, what are we gonna do here? Since diplomacy has failed,
He returns.
welcome back.
Mm,
Since diplomacy has appeared to have failed, I don't have any spells. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna smack this kid with a mace, I guess. He doesn't look like a kid to me. He's taller than I am.
a towering giant.
So you get +1. 14 against one class.
To hit the kid, yeah, you hit.
Okay. Stupid. You had this coming.
So you hit him for 2. Your attack kind of strikes him hard enough that he gets knocked back a bit, so he went downstairs at once. Okay. Did you want to move, or were you just going to attack?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am, actually.
Okay. K-Pop's 2's turn. His move action will be getting up. He can't really reach you. Doesn't really think it's a good idea to come up to you anyway, so he's just going to stay right there. K-Pop 4 is like, I'm out of here, man. So he starts moonwalking back. It's Giggle's turn. Giggles wants to hit Aiden. So
Did Aiden not succeed in climbing up the
I don't
catwalk?
think he tried.
Gotcha.
wait, he did try?
No, I don't think he did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he just wanted.
Succeed before he tried?
He just went underneath the catwalk.
Gotcha.
And it's okay, he misses anyways. So he's going to try and go this way. He's going to shift. Beast.
Back up. Top of the order.
This is from when you delayed.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Right. How's Aiden looking?
I still have. I should have noted this.
Just 1 point, I think.
If you open up,
Yeah, you're right. It was just 1 point. I still got 9 hit points. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's really nothing for Beast under the bed to do. Actually, it'll make, is there a solid wall here? Can it climb here?
Yeah.
Can it climb across
You
here?
climb, yeah, you can climb, well, it breaks apart here and here for the sledge.
Okay.
But if you wanted to climb, like, down here, I would allow that, because you would just kind of go down the railings.
Okay, yeah. So it'll go, it's, on the side of the railing, or under the railing here. Yeah, you know what? It will attack Giggles.
Okay.
Why not? It'll attack him with its poison bite. Which is a
Nope.
Nope. Well, I hope he's freaked out by it crawling.
Me, hope he doesn't kill your guy. Goggle?
I thought throwing javelins in half forward was a good idea when Elf was involved, and I still think it's a good idea, even though Night Elf is no longer there. So I'm going to throw another of the 5 javelins that I have. And continue with my amazing dice this combat.
So yeah,
You said you didn't impale any of our friends this time.
Yeah.
Well, we can only hope next round.
Did you want to move?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I will. I will pursue the children.
Okay. Let's see, I'll move that back here. K-pop 3 is like, I'm gonna just go over here and hide. He's underneath. I'll just put him there, but yeah. K-pop 1, can't really go anywhere, so he's gonna just kick it here. Back to the top of the round with Beast.
Alright, Beast is going to attack again. Does it have a flanking bonus with Aiden?
No.
Okay.
It has to be like on the opposite side of his.
Directly on the opposite side. Well, that hits.
That hits.
So that's what's the poison? D3 dex damage. And 3 points of dex damage and a fortitude save at DC 12.
Okay. It's forked. Yeah, he's not injured.
Okay, half orc poison, probably not the way to go. Fair enough.
It's your turn.
Well, let's see him shrug off another crossbow round.
That hits.
This is another 4 points.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, I'm not going to move, but I'm gonna, again, attempt to calm down, the kids. You know, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to find Gadrin Lamb. Whatever you do once he's dead, not our business.
Giggle just says, "Don't listen to them." It's Aiden's turn.
I guess I'm gonna take a shot at Giggles with this short bow.
That barely misses. Did you want to move?
How far can I move? I can do a full move still?
You can do a full move. Just know Giggles is aggressive, and then K1 and K2 are aggressive. No one else will try and attack you if you pass through them.
nah, I'm gonna stay put. There's really no better place to be.
Okay. Elenon?
Okay, let's have a look here.
Actually, you know what? Because you guys are being so nice to them, K5's actually come up and try and attack Giggles.
Get in there.
He doesn't hit. Alright, now you can go.
Okay, so, sorry, you said that 2 and 3 are the ones that are still hostile?
Yeah, 1 and 2 are the only hostile kids.
Okay, I can't really do this. What do we do here? How far of a fall am I dealing with, if I want to jump off the ledge here? Because this is kind of down the stairs, right?
Yeah. You're falling to that. I assume you're gonna try and fall here.
Yeah, I just want to jump down that ledge.
For you to fall safely would probably be a athletics check of at least 12. And then you probably would also take opportunity from K-pop 1.
Okay, that's a thing that's not going to happen.
It's just a kid. 1d4 damage. Both sides.
Yeah, no.
Is K-pop 1 on the same level as K-pop 2? I mean,
K-pop 2 is on a little bit higher. Because K-pop 2 is actually on the stairs, where K-pop 1 is on the ground.
Oh, okay.
I just can't do anything without getting into melee or touch range. I can't do that in this staircase. Can I just defer?
Yeah, you can.
I'll defer.
Let's see. I want to check your abilities.
You get to pick a spot to go to.
I'll jump in back after Dogwood.
Okay. K-pop 2 attacks Gongle.
Wow. Hamper.
Whatever, doesn't
Not a hit.
Does 3 damage. K-pop 4 is gonna come over here and attack Giggles.
Dude, Jesus!
These kids are amazing!
Wow.
And he just maxed damage.
You're gonna get killed by a bunch of fucking 12-year-olds.
Yeah, pretty much he just killed Giggles. So K-pop 4 walks up to Giggles and he's like, I do not appreciate how you've treated us, but I do have one thing to say to you. And Giggles says what? And K-pop says slap. And it just knocks Giggles straight off of his face, on his ass. Giggles knocks down to the ground. K-pop 1 and 2 kind of look at each other with awe. They're like, this guy was on our team, what the hell? And he realizes that, maybe that's, Giggles, the side that Giggles was on and the people that they were holding them hostage, well, not hostage, but, making them work for, is not the proper people to work for, to be with. So they kind of lay down, their arms, and they try to back away from you guys.
1 and 2 arms?
Yeah.
Bastard.
So I assume is anyone going to do no one's going to retaliate to 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Guess not.
I mean, you guys have the option too. They were still bastards afterwards.
Man, I jinx whoever tried.
We're gonna ground him.
Noah, let them teach us how to fight.
Train us!
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the. This is. Anyone can roll to inspect Giggles' gear since K-pop 4 is the one who landed the killing blow. So whoever has the highest perception should probably do it.
Beast has a +5.
I have a 5 as well.
Oh, okay.
So is that on me?
Sure.
Go for it.
Should let the Korean kids do it.
So with your 10, you kind of identify that he has a flail on him, and then he has a regular leather armor. And that's about it. So I would just someone should just record that, and then that'll be it for today.
Awesome.
Cool.
Leather armor and a flail.
Flail, yeah.
Flare.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, it's a K-pop band. Of course, there's gonna be flares all around, like flares and fireworks and other stuff.
And plenty of flailing, too.
Yes. So yeah, that was the first day.
Fun.
Appreciate staying a little later.
I imagine you could make Roll20 just save the game state to pick up next time.
I think it saves the map the way it is.
Yeah, you can't see it from your screen, but on Chris's screen, he's basically got a bunch of tiles along the top of the screen, and each tile holds the last state it was used in.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I'm hoping that it will stay this way. I'm just iffy because of knowing how things work. But yeah, like I think if I just close this, it should just save the way it is, right?
Pretty much.
Alright, cool. So yay, that was the first night.
Yay.
This actually worked a lot better than I thought it would. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
that was great.
Yeah, I'll try and actually draw out the rest of the maps after this one, just so it matches the grid a little bit better. We'll see how that
I'm trying
works.
not to puncture my teammates next week.
I'll try not to crit you guys with little kids.
Yeah, let's leave the crit top 5 out.
Oh my god, I've never rolled that well. It's pretty hilarious.
Oh, hey, watch you ever will again.
I think we've got new mascots, guys.
You have your own little band.
I forgot to give their $4 cards back.
You can give the cars back and some bodyguards.
Somebody. That is very true.
Pirate was us.
That's who will take the kids too.
I think you hired the wrong people. These kids, man. They're fiends.
Yeah. Awesome. Same bad time next week.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're doing every 2 weeks unless people want to. Yeah, we're doing every 2 weeks. So
That works.
Yep.
I think that is the 16th is the next day.
Awesome.
16th, yeah.
I'll be here.
And we'll be using the Google Hangout because this worked out a lot better than using the native stuff.
Yeah, no, this is worth it. I'm probably going to be 20-30 minutes late again for that one, but that should be the last one that'll be a problem for.
That's fine. And then I'll actually probably stream it.
The time after that will be my turn to be late.
Right.
I'll probably post the video after I make sure everything worked out fine, and then I'll put it on Twitch on my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Alright. Later, guys.
See you, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Good night.